so excited to have you all here today to do family yoga. Usually we think of yoga as something that's a very individualized practice, but with family yoga, what we like to do is really have a very engaged and interactive experience. So each week will be centered on a theme, and I'll kind of weekly let you know if there's anything else that you need to bring. If you like to bring props, which I see some of you have props, pillows, and blocks, that's perfectly fine. If you don't have those things, that's okay too. You don't have to bring them unless you want to. And so the goal of each session, this one is considered introduction to yoga. So I wasn't sure, what the levels were or if anybody had ever done any yoga before. So today we're just going to walk through kind of like the sequence and how the class works. Every day we'll start with kind of discussing the theme a little bit, getting you all the opportunity to say some things about it. Then every day we'll learn a different kind of breathing or pranayama technique. After that we'll do a warm-up, and then we'll go through a yoga flow, so a series of poses. Then we will play some kind of really fun game, which will be nice. And then you'll also get to do some partner poses, and then we'll kind of do like a meditation at the end and just recap at the end and then talk about anything that we learned or anything that we thought was interesting or anything that you all would like to try. And so I would like for this class to be conversational. You can ask me questions in the moment. So if you have a question about a pose, you can certainly ask that and I will answer that and go over that. And so the goal is just really to have fun and learn some engaging techniques for your families. So does anybody have any questions before we start? I would like to get to everybody's names. So if we could just start over here and just a little bit about it. Yeah.
And this is my daughter Charlotte. She has a lot of energy right now.
Very cool.
Charlotte, you want to say hi?
My name is Stormy, and this is my daughter. You want to say her name?
Margot. Cool names. Charlotte and Margot. Cool. So, okay. Again, I'm Aspen, and so what we're going to start with first is we're going to start with something called feeling breath. So if everybody could sit up, and you guys can, you can face me, you can face each other, however you're, comfortable setting up, because a lot of it is about interacting with your family. So, we don't want to like turn our backs to one another or anything like that. So even if you want to turn to the side of your mat and look at each other, you can. And that kind of helps you interact and see how you use the poses and how you work with the poses. So feeling breath is a breath where we get to understand how we use our lungs and how we use our stomach in order to support how we breathe. And breathing is really important, of course. And using breath in all of the different aspects of our lives is something that we cultivate with this. So we want to make sure that you can either sit with your feet like this, or if you feel more comfortable, you can crisscross applesauce them. And you just want to try to sit up and try to lengthen through your spine and your back. Kind of press your shoulders back a little bit and let them hang, I think, all day. Everybody kind of sits like this in school or at work, so just kind of let everything relax, let all the tension go. And with feeling breath, we're actually going to think about how to expand our lungs like a big balloon, okay? So I'm going to invite you to use your hands here and put them at the bottom of your rib cage. And we're going to breathe in and out through our nose, and you're really going to try to feel how your rib cage opens and then closes with each breath. So we'll do 5 of them. Okay, ready? And in. And out. And in. Out. In. And out. In. And out. So what was something that we noticed about doing that? It's different from our regular breathing because we breathe all day. So what was different? Did anybody notice anything? Do we feel a lot more aware of what we're doing with our breathing? Yeah, that's really important. So I want to give you all a moment to work together. So face your family partner that you have here today. And you can bring your mats a little bit closer for this one if you want to, because it is just the breathing. There's not a whole lot of movement with this. And I want you to do it together and practice the feeling breath together. So like pretending that I'm gone, you're home, and this is a technique that you can use together. So go ahead and get those hands on the rib cage. And remember, you're really thinking about feeling the rib cage expand and contract. And go ahead and do that together. I'll give you time to do that for 5 breaths. And when you're done, you can chat a little bit and talk to each other about how that felt, what you thought.
Right down the belly.
Did I lift my shoulders?
Okay, we ready to warm up now? Okay, let's stand up. And I think for this, the way that your mats are set up is really great. If you guys want to turn your mats so that you can face each other, you can do it that way, or you can leave them like this. And we are going to start with our warm-up, which is sun salutations. Has anybody ever done a sun salutation before? Okay. You're going to notice that a lot of the yoga terms that we go over today, yoga terms are really inspired a lot by nature. Because when people were looking at nature and they were developing these yoga poses, they noticed how harmonious and beautiful nature was, and so they wanted to replicate all of that in the yoga poses that they were creating. So we're going to start on our mats, and we probably want to go a little bit closer to the edge of our mat because this is going to move back a little bit. And you want to face sideways here. Okay. And when we start our sun salutation, we're going to start here in our hearts. And remember, we are breathing just like we were with feeling breath. We're going to breathe the whole way through the sun salutation sequence. So, and breathing in, arms up, and out, and scoot down. Try to touch your toes. See if you can look down. Bring your hands to your knees and look up like a little turtle, kind of peek up, and then down again. Breathing in. Then we're going to step back into a plank pose. You want to make sure that you keep your back level with the floor, so there's a nice line almost drawn with your spine the whole way down. And hold this for 3 breaths. And you're going to relax down and down on your mat. You can have your cheek touch the floor. Just take a moment to relax, or your forehead can touch the floor. Then you're going to tuck your toes and come into what is known as a downward dog position. We're going to hold this a little bit longer, about 5 breaths. And what you want to try to do is really get a nice flat spine here. Make sure that your hands are really spread out in front of you, that all your fingers are working and pressing into the mat. And you want to try to drop your heels into the floor. And try to straighten your knees, but that will take time. So wherever you are, that's okay to meet the moment where you are. And breathing. And now we're going to walk our feet up to our hands. Stay here for a moment. And then we're going to fly up, all the way up. Expand to the ceiling and back. And then bring your hands down to your heart. And exhale. Did your first sun salutation. Shall we do another set? Ready? Breathing in. Hands at your heart. Up. And down. And come up, just peek up a little bit like a turtle, and back down. the feet back to plank pose. Hold it here for 3 breaths. And then lower yourself down to the mat. And take a rest. And put your cheek down. And if you did one side, you can try the other side. You're going to tuck your toes and go up to downward dog. This one's really about getting your spine as long as it can be. Breathe here for about 5. Okay. Okay. We're going to walk our hands forward. And we're going to scoop up. Arms up. Take a little move back if you wish. Keep breathing, your hands to your heart. Okay, shake it out. Good job. Feel a little bit warmer now? Everybody's starting to warm up. Okay, cool. So now we're going to go through a couple different yoga poses. So we're going to, I'm going to teach you the poses, talk about them a little bit, and then we're going to try a flow together. Okay? So everybody come on down to your knees. Come on. And this is called table. We get the chance to be little animals here, which is really fun. Okay? So the first animal pose that we're going to do from table is we're going to do cow. And with cow, we dip our backs down so we arch and we go moo. Moo. Can you moo at your family members? And come back up to center. Then we're going to do cat. And cat is like, have you ever seen the Halloween cats where they arch on the fence around Halloween time? So you're gonna arch your back like this. And breathe out. If you want to hiss, you can. And then let's go back to center. And let's do cow again. Everybody move. Move. Hold for 2. Come back to center. And then cat. You can meow too if you want. Back to center. We'll do one more of those. Everybody move. Move. And back to center. Now it's kitty cat time. And back to center. Now we're going to go into downward dog again. Ready? Hold it here for about 3 breaths. And even though your hands are not on your rib cage, think about your rib cage expanding and contracting. And then we're going to walk forward. And we're going to stand in a pose that's a very simple pose, but it's a very powerful pose. This is called mountain pose. And in this pose, what we really want to do is work on your posture and your breathing and really letting those shoulders drop down from your ears and relax. And just standing with your feet should be the same width apart as your shoulders. Now we're going to try a really powerful pose called Warrior 1. So you want to step back your right leg. So you want to get each leg a turn. You're going to step back and then you want to bring your arms up above your head. Make sure you're bending that front knee, but not too much. It should be just over your ankle. Hold here for a few breaths. And come back to mountain. Shake out your arms a little bit. Now let's switch our warrior side. We're going to take our left foot back. And breathe in. Make sure you bend that front knee. You're trying to press that other heel into the floor. Now we're going to dive forward again and take our legs back into plank and get down on the floor. And you want to tuck your elbows in against yourself and have your hands out in front of you. This is a really fun one because you get to be an animal again. And so you want to spread your fingers out really far and put your forehead down on the mat. And you're going to come up and you can kind of let your feet relax here a little bit. This is called Cobra. So you're going to push up with your arms as far as you can, and then when you're up here, you're going to hiss. And go back down. Now we're going to do that again. Make sure you take a really big breath when you come up so you can have a really nice hiss. Okay? Ready? And in. And down. You want to do one more of those? Those are pretty fun, huh? Ready? Up into Cobra. Okay. Now we're going to go into rock pose. So you just rock back to sit on your knees. And keep your arms in front of you. So where they were for Cobra, they can kind of stay there. And you want to have your forehead on the mat. We're going to stay here for about 10 breaths. Okay, walk your hands up, and we're going to sit in butterfly pose. So you want to press your feet together, and you can hold your toes if you need to. You can hold your ankles, whatever feels most comfortable. And what I want you to do is I want you to talk to each other and pick out what color butterfly you are today. So describe what you look like.
You're going to be a tie-dye butterfly. I'm going to be a sparkly
And what was the
purple
last one?
butterfly. Sparkle, sparkle.
Pretty
Fluttering.
pink.
Fluttering.
Every week. Okay.
Flutter, flutter, flutter. Flutter, flutter, flutter.
Orange.
Flutter with your legs. Flutter with your feet. Flap, flap. You do this in ballet.
And now when you've decided what your butterflies look like, decide where you want to fly today. Do you want to go to a meadow? Do you want to go to a valley? A mountaintop? Where are you going?
Find donuts.
To find
I think
donuts.
it's a rainbow.
Okay. How about
Flutter, flutter, flutter. Where you
where
going?
should the donut store be?
Where?
In the square
Mountains. You're going to mountains. Flutter, flutter, flutter.
Near where?
near Dollar General.
Oh, there. Okay, so a mountain town.
Okay, we'll take a rest there. I hope you have a fun journey flying. And now we're going to do a super silly pose. It's another animal, of course. This one's called frog. So you're going to come to your feet like this. And you're going to hold your hands down here. And you can look forward at each other. And what do frogs say?
Ribbit.
They say ribbit. So try to get your heels onto the ground if you can. And just do 3 breaths in this pose.
Are you going to eat flies?
Okay. And then we're going to end our sequence here by going into a forward fold. So you want to get your legs out in front of you. And we're trying to work on not just reaching our arms and collapsing from up here. We want to try to actually fold, almost like you see like a protractor in school, like you fold like that, okay? So just try to reach down and go as far as you can. However far you can go is perfectly fine. It is a chilly day today. And try to look down at your knees and use your breath. And your breath can actually help you lower and lower and lower. So you can go forward more each time. Okay, come back up. So what I want you to do is talk to each other as a family, and I want you to pick your favorite yoga poses and try them one more time and show them off to each other, okay?
What's your favorite yoga pose? Your favorite is frog. Can you guess my favorite? What's my favorite?
I like frog.
You do?
And I love cow.
My favorite is
Like butterfly? Okay. Is that your favorite one? Does it feel good?
You have to learn how to sit up like a frog on my back when I get down dog.
Cow with me too. That's my favorite. Do you like frog? Not as much. You like cow? Cat? I think it feels good to go.
Okay. We're still going. Okay, keep going. Good job.
I'll write it to you.
I'm not very down there.
I can't do it.
Mom can't fall. Sorry, I couldn't
Okay, so now we're going to get into our partner poses for the day. So that means pick a mat you can be on together.
Can you come on my mat?
And today's partner pose is going to be called double tree. So first we're going to learn what a tree is like, and then you're going to do it together. Now there are a couple different variations on tree, and the precursor or the pose that usually people do before tree is mountain. So if everybody could get into mountain pose, okay? Now there are two ways that you can do this. If you're new to the idea of tree and you want to make sure that you're keeping your balance, you can use your foot like a kickstand here, and then you can bring your arms up through your heart, and then you can get your branches out and have your branches sway in the wind a little bit here, okay?
Ready?
If you're more comfortable with doing a little bit more balance, you can bring your foot all the way up and then work with your hands from there, okay? So here and up, okay?
Or you can do this.
Oh, we're doing it.
You're good at tree.
Now, if you want to take it to the next level, once you get into tree, whether it's a kickstand or whether your foot is up, parents, so we have two moms here today, you can take your hand that's closest to your child and put it around their shoulder, and then they can put their hand around the small of your back there. And see if you can balance and do your tree together. Yep. And you support each other. You know, trees are families too. So we're doing the same thing that trees do. They support each other. Okay? Okay. And then you can also try your breathing. If you get to the point where your balance is pretty good, you can try your breathing with the tree and see how many breaths you can do together.
Here, let's do it on our feet. Let's just do a little foot. Just a little foot. I don't know how you get to a tree pose. Can you do it by yourself? Oh, there you go.
Very good job. Very nice.
Always got a nice strong feet.
Okay, so now we're going to play a game. Everybody return to their own individual mats. And the going to be a music theme that we play here. And I want you to return to your mats, but make sure that you are facing one another here. And it's important that we clear the spaces around our mats too. So if you have any shoes or any water bottles or any pillows or anything that you can trip over, you can move those up against the wall.
Crazy.
Okay. So the objective of this is that we're first going to listen to the music and we're going to keep our eyes closed. And we're going to sit and you're going to listen to the music, but you're just going to move however you genuinely feel you should be moving to the music. So just relaxing and getting a dance flow and moving with the music. And then each time I stop the music, we'll add something and do something a little bit different, okay? So everybody close their eyes and you can start with your breathing until the music gets on here. You can begin moving. You want to listen to what the music is telling you to do. Okay, now let's open our eyes and stand up. And then we're going to close our eyes again, but just kind of try to stay on your mats. And I want you to continue that movement. Start getting some movements where you're moving your arms high, maybe low, bending your knees, and just moving to the music as you feel for the next minute. Remember, you can breathe, stretch, swing, shake, wriggle, spin, bounce, tap, fold, anything you want to do here. Movement is limitless. Okay, I'm going to pause the music for just a moment. You can open your eyes. And now we're actually going to do the flow part of it. So face your partner, and you're going to take turns for about a minute or so each. I'll let you know when. Someone is going to be the leader of the dance, and somebody is going to be the follower of the dance. So look at your partners now and decide who's leading first.
Do you want to do the dance or I'll follow you? Okay. I go first.
I'm going to lead first. Okay, good. So you're going to stay with your mom there.
Go right here.
And she's going to follow everything you do. So if you're following, you're basically going to follow everything they do, and you want to stay committed to moving the entire time, okay? So leaders, you have to keep moving until I say, okay, it's time to switch out. And then the other person, your moms, are going to become the leaders, and then you'll follow what your moms do, okay?
Go on your mat, Short. Go on your mat.
Okay, little ones are leaders. some of the movements and the poses. But now what you're going to do is I want both of you to work as teams to try to come up with a yoga flow that goes to the music. So you know how we did the sun salutation and then we did all of those poses? You can pick, I would say, 3 poses that we did today, and you can do a flow to the music through those poses, okay? And do the same thing where you take turns, someone's leader, someone's follower. So what I would do, parents, is when you talk to your children, have them pick the 3 poses before the movement starts. So if they want to do, you know, cat, cow, and rock pose, then you know what you're doing. And then you'll switch and you'll tell each other what you want to do, and we'll do it again. So let's just do the first group. Go ahead and pick your 3 poses and verbally tell your partner what you want to do.
Cat, cow, cobra, 3 C's. Let me come on.
Let's do tree. Let's do tree. And then warrior.
I'll follow you. Okay?
And then all warrior.
Tree.
Okay, do we have our 3 poses picked for our flow?
Tree.
Okay.
Warrior. Dog. Okay.
Right, okay. Sounds like a plan here. Okay, here we
Trees.
go.
Big trees. Big strong trees. Tree. Warrior. Dog. And then back to tree. Tree. Warrior. Dog. That's hard. Is that hard? It's not hard. Tree. Warrior. Warrior. Tree. Get tree out.
Okay, can we switch the leaders now? So the other person will pick 3 new poses, and you'll communicate those verbally to each other, and then I'll start the music.
Okay, so, my turn? Right, so do you want to do
Tree, cat, dog. Okay.
trees,
Sure.
All right, let's get this on.
mountain,
If you don't
Frog.
that would be great.
and then we'll kick back warrior,
This.
then we'll come back up to mountain,
Or to that.
and we'll go back the other way,
There you go.
up to mountain.
Now, is that what you said?
We'll come up,
All right, back to frog.
yeah? Okay.
Frog. Now what?
Huh?
What do you want to do first?
How about we
Front
come
to back.
here?
Okay.
Okay.
Are we ready to start the flow?
I think so.
Here we go.
Ready?
Okay, what are we doing? Frog. You do it. Frog. Cat.
Give it.
Dog.
Go back to the tree the opposite way.
air. So the last thing that we want to do today is we want to do our meditation. And so I'm going to invite everybody to lay down on their mats. Okay? Oh my goodness. And when you lay down on your mat, you want to make sure to watch your heads on the floor here. Make sure that your head is on the mat. And you want to have your feet relaxed and kind of drop out to the side. And then your hands will be relaxed at your sides and very open. And at this point, everybody will close their eyes. And I'm going to lead you through a meditation called Tense and Release. And so this is a really great relaxation exercise that you can use. So I'd like for you all to close your eyes, breathe, and rest, almost as if you're falling asleep. You want to let go of all thoughts. So anytime a thought is ready to enter your mind, you just say hi, and you let it go. And release, and they're all floating around in the air above us in this room. Without changing anything, I want you to notice your breathing. So don't change it, just notice how it's going right now. Is it fast? Is it slow? Is it loud? Quiet? Maybe it's smooth. Okay, so beginning with your hands, clench your fists really tight. Press your arms tightly into your sides. After 5 seconds, we're going to relax, so keep holding it for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, relax. Let it go. Let your arms and hands be floppy. When you're squeezing your muscles, you want to remember that you still want to breathe very evenly, in and out. So very similar to the feeling breath that we did at the beginning of the class today. Okay, so now we're going to try our feet and our toes. Clench your feet and toes as hard as you possibly can. Get them as tight as possible. Bring your ankles together and really squeeze your feet together. And we're going to hold that for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and release. Now we're going to try our tummies or our stomachs. And try to really clench your core muscle. So clench your stomach. Hold it tight for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release and breathe. Now you're going to try your face. So pretend that you just ate a lemon and you are going to scrunch your face and really get it as tense and tight as possible. But remember, it's important to leave the rest of your body be relaxed as possible, and just your face is scrunching up. Even think of your ears, trying to scrunch your ears in. And hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and breathe. Now we're going to try every single muscle you have at the same time. So tense all your muscles that you can, every single muscle that you have. Hold it. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax. And I want you to think about some things here. I want you to notice if you feel any different than you did before the exercise. And notice your breathing. Remember we talked about it earlier. Has it changed at all? If so, how? If not, and it's the same, that's okay too. And keep breathing. Okay, so this last part of the process is going to be super slow, so I want you to really take your time here. When you think, oh, I'm taking my time, take even more time. I want you to gently begin to wiggle your fingers and toes. See how they feel. And you can start to slowly open your eyes. Take any final stretches that feel good to you on your back or on your side. And when you feel like you're ready, you can still take your time doing this as long as you need. Come back to a comfortable seated position in your mats. That says it all, huh? I was just going to ask, so how is everybody feeling? So are we feeling pretty good? Yeah? Was there anything in particular that you liked about the class? What was your favorite part? What was your favorite part?
Sleeping. Because she's really tired.
That was nice to do after a long day of school probably, huh? Anything else? I like the dancing too. It was fun. Moms, do you have anything that you liked in particular?
I like working with you. That was fun.
Oh, the partner work.
Yeah.
Yeah, partner work. That was fun. Okay, so in our last few minutes here, I want you to, because I know that you're all signed up to come every week, so I'm going to give you a little bit of homework. Being a teacher, that's what I do, right? So I want you to talk with each other, and I want you to pick a pose or something that you want to work on and you want to try at home. And then I'll ask you, next week to let me know how it went. So pick it now, and then let me know. And then as soon as you've got that all ready, you can all be excused for today.
What pose do you practice in the week?
And you want to work on frogging?
Everything.
Okay.
We can do that, but can we pick one that we really want to focus on?
What is the one where you lift your feet up? She can all just do it. Is it crow? Is that crow?
Frog. Oh, crow, yeah, where you get the hands, the knees on the hands. Yeah, I can do that.
Want to work on balancing and tree? Yeah? Okay.
So we're going to work on frog.
That sounds good.
So you're going to work on frog. Okay.
We're going to work on balancing and tree.
Okay.
Yeah.
That'll be fun. Okay, cool. And you guys will do this together, hopefully every day or every other day, just when you get a moment to incorporate it into your routine, and seeing that family yoga is also part of a lifestyle that you can carry out of this room into the world. So let's just all come together for the end of our class, and we're going to sit again with our feet together in butterfly, and we're going to put our hands to our heart and look at your family members. So let's all face each other. And does anybody know the yoga word that everybody always talks about?
Namaste.
Namaste, that's it. And do you know what that means? It means that I see the wonder in you and I honor you. So that's what you're saying to your family members. So go ahead.
Namaste.
Namaste. Thank you all so much for being here today. Give yourselves a round of applause. You did a really great job.
Thank you.